How's it going, guys? We are back on a video here, and it's my yearly how to score goals on breakaways in NHL 26 this time, though. So, if you have any questions, guys, let me know. Anything that you need help with when it comes to scoring on breakaways. But I'm going to show you guys kind of the best ways here that I found that works in NHL 26. Now, it's similar stuff. Some stuff that, maybe works a little bit better in 26 than 25, honestly. But in general, it's quite similar. I mean, it just is. But yeah, let's hop into it right now. Okay, guys, so if you're looking to score on breakaways on an NHL 26, I'm gonna break it down pretty easily for you. So there's numerous different ways, some more effective than others. So we're gonna start off first with a one-handed tuck. So I use a left-handed player here. So with Jack Hughes, I'm going for the one-hand tuck with the backhand there, and that can go in the net. You gotta get the right angle, of course, but here's another look with Jack Hughes, and then there you go. You get the angle, you get the one-hand tuck, right? So it's pretty, it'll go in quite a bit for sure, but as long as you get that right angle, that's really your best bet. But it's obviously more of the, going for style points type move, right? Like, it works, correct, but it's not, an automatic thing every single time, right? And you gotta remember, certain cards, certain overalls, it might not be the same in terms of the success rate, right? Like, I'm using Jack Hughes right now, but if you're using like an 84 overall player, with their lower deking, could be a little bit more challenging, in other words. So keep that in mind. But yes, the one-hand tuck, it does work, but like I said, the success rate is not super great on it. But yeah, it just kind of comes down to how much you want to, get fancy with it. This one here that I actually really want to show you that I think is pretty successful here is the forehand-backhand forehand. So you go on your forehand there, go to the backhand of the forehand, and you get in that left side angle is really what I'd recommend. So you kind of go to the left circle with a lefty. If you're a righty, you go to the opposite way. So typically, you got to get pretty close to the goalie here. So yeah, I know I'm not scoring on it right now if I look like a dummy, but you basically just got to get in the right angle. And of course, the goalie can make saves. Nothing's automatic. Nothing's 100%, right? But basically, you just get to that right angle on the breakaway, and then you're going to just fool the goalie like that, all right? So you hold the forehand, and then you kind of quickly go backhand, forehand. That really fools the goalie. Yeah, I know I'm messing it up here a good amount, but you guys can trust me, right? There it is, yet again, going in the net. And then here's another good look. Again, this is not really typically what I go for on breakaways. Like, I'll show you guys my most successful one that I think, I typically like to go with and stick with. Like, again, that goes in a good amount. It does. Like, it's not a bad amount of times that goes in the net. It works a lot. That one at the post, that probably should have went in if we're being honest. I'm gonna just get one more just to really prove it to you guys. But yeah, you kind of go to the left circle. That's just an unbelievable save. But yeah, you get to the left circle with a lefty if you're a righty. Obviously the opposite. I think it's easier for a lefty though to do this because it's on the blocker side. Of course, glove side could be a little bit tougher to score on the goalie with a righty. But yeah, I mean it's very successful. But of course, like I said, not my go-to move, all right? But obviously, it does work, as you can see. All right, now, guys, another one here is another kind of fancy one just to kind of get style points here. Now, this one is the Datsyuk flip, all right? So, of course, you go all the way in there, and then you chip it over with right bumper. So, you do toe drag and then chip it over with the right bumper. And it comes down to, yet again, guys, the angle that you take here, all right? So, you want to get close, but you also don't want to get too close where, it just doesn't go where you want to go. So, another good look here, and that one gets saved. But like I said, it's all about just, this is a fancy style, right? This is the fancy one here. You're doing it. It's for style points. There it is. Jack Hughes has scored. So like I said, is it 100%? No, definitely not. Nothing is 100%. But yes, it definitely does work for sure. It's got to be like a very precise, angle that you take on it, and it's just got to be nearly perfect. So I mean, like I said, you got to get kind of close enough where it's going to chip over him. If you get too close, it's just not going to work. But if you get too far, it's also just going to be an easy save, right? So it just comes down to execution here. And like I said, it's the style one. It's the style points, right? Certainly can work, but, not necessarily the one you want to go for when you need a goal on a breakaway late in the game. All right, guys, now I'm going to go show you guys two things that really work a lot on breakaways. So one here is if you kind of back skate here, you generate some speed and you kind of get some nice momentum there. You create you know, kind of like a extra little speed boost there, especially with guys with wheels and elite edges. It's going to help quite a bit there, as you can see. So that is going to be very, very effective. So guys with Jack Hughes with elite edges, McDavid with wheels, it's going to be an absolute free goal every single time. Now, you don't need elite edges or anything like that either, guys. So another way to score on the breakaway here is just a backhand, forehand, backhand, just skating straight up, and you're going to score. This way is absolutely, and I mean absolutely, the most efficient way to score on breakaways. It is not even close. The success rate is unbelievable. Pretty much 99% of the time it's going to go in here, especially with a lefty. Righties can be a little bit more difficult because, again, just different. I feel like I struggle to score with righties more on this, on the breakaways, on backhand forehands. But, guys, as you're seeing, I have scored pretty much every single time I've done this so far. You hold on the backhand, forehand, back to the backhand, no answer. And again, this is on all-star difficulty. It's what the online is as well. So it's, yeah, kind of proving my point here where it goes in every single time. The goalie cannot roll. There you go. Jake Allen got one there eventually. But, yeah, I mean, it works quite a bit. It really does. I think that's goes without saying. It works. Another way, guys, here is kind of the LT into the forehand. All right, so Jack Hughes here, and then like that into the forehand. So basically what you do on that here is you kind of back skate on the right side and then move your stick to the left and your right stick to the left as well, and then quickly go forehand. Of course, you can go to the forehand there as well, and you can kind of get a little bit creative there and try to go back to the backhand, but that's just kind of doing too much in my opinion. Like, yeah, I mean, it could work, but like I said, is that necessary? Not really. I mean, it works, right? I mean, you could do it, of course, as I just proved to you, but it's not a huge necessity by any means. I don't believe, at least. And, yeah, I mean, those are kind of the general ways I really recommend scoring on breakaways, guys. I mean, are there other ways that can obviously work sometimes? Yeah, right? But realistically, these are the ones that I really showed you that are kind of the best. Like, toe drag works quite a bit as well. Like, you know, that one, it can work. But again, you need someone with good deking, like a Jack Hughes, because if you're not going to use someone with good deking like a Jack Hughes, it's, like I said, it's gonna get ugly, I think. So definitely, guys, I recommend, you know, just kind of trying what works for you, right? I mean, I think personally the backhand, forehand, backhand works the best, but clearly there's other ways that you can score on breakaways that I've shown to you in this video. It's all preference, what you're comfortable with here as well. Another one here, all right, I guess you could probably go like that, and then forehand, you know, slap shot it. And I know in NHL 25, a huge way people scored on breakaways was like slap shot 5-hole, but again, that seems a little bit tougher here in NHL 26 here. So, yeah, whatever you guys find to be most successful for you is probably what you should go for here. This one here, kind of the hold the forehand, that works too. I mean, again, these are not, to me, the go-to ones you should be doing, but if you kind of pull it back here, it can work, right? It can work, but is it the number one way? No, but there's so many ways to score on breakaways. There just are. It's pretty crazy when you really think about it. Backhands in general this year, guys, are very broken. Backhands seem very, very strong and powerful. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Then here you could do, you know, do that as well. That's another way, guys, you can score on breakaways is if you do the LB right here at kind of the last seconds, and boom, and then backhand it. So that's another way people can score on breakaways, guys. If you kind of LB and then, you know, do a Schreidig to the right, it freezes the goalie and pretty much works every single time. And guess what, guys? It works with righties. And if you want to even do it on the forehand, I'm pretty sure it works. And yes, I am correct. So, yeah, plenty of ways to score on breakaways, guys. I mean, let me know which way you think is the best. Like I said, just, I say it all the time, but preference, guys. I mean, you can do so many different things. Like, I mean, you can do a stride, you can do a backhand, forehand, like whatever you think is going to try to, you know, freeze the goalie as much as you possibly can. Like here, I could do that and then that, but like that is unnecessary, right? Like it's unnecessary if we're being honest. But for me, I'm still going backhand, forehand, backhand. That's going to be the first time I got a breakaway in an NHL 26 online game. That is going to be what I am going for sure. So let me know what you guys are looking to do here for it. I mean, it's fun. I mean, this game is fun, and I'm hoping that it remains fun the whole year. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, follow me on Twitch, Henreek. I'm live there every single day, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Henreek with 3 E's, and I will see you guys in the next video.